Works. Hello, my name is Emily Hatfield, and I am doing a shared reading lesson with Bailey, and we're going to do it over the book Charlotte's Web. And you've read the book before, or you haven't read the book?
I haven't read all of it.
Okay.
I'm like on page 15 now.
Page 15, so you know a little bit. So it's about a spider named Charlotte and a pig named Wilbur, and they become friends. And do you know what's going to happen to Wilbur in the end? Do you know what might happen? What Charlotte's trying to save him from?
Getting chopped up.
Getting chopped up, slaughtered, exactly. So in this chapter, Charlotte's kind of come up with a way of how to save him. Okay? All right. So I'm going to read this for you, how it should be read with, the commas and everything, so I know, pay attention to me pausing the right spots. All right. Day after day, the spider waited, head down, for an idea to come to her. Hour by hour, she sat motionless, deep in thought. Having promised Wilbur that she would save his life, she was determined to keep her promise. Charlotte was naturally patient. She knew from experience that if she waited long enough, a fly would come to her web. She felt sure that if she thought long enough about Wilbur's problem, an idea would come to her mind. Finally, one morning, toward the middle of July, the idea came. "Why, how perfectly simple," she said to herself. "The way to save Wilbur's life is to play a trick on Zuckerman. If I can fool a bug," thought Charlotte, "I can surely fool a man. People are not as smart as bugs." Wilbur walked into his yard just at that moment. "What are you thinking about, Charlotte?" he asked. "I was just thinking," said the spider, "that people are very gullible." "What does gullible mean?" "Easy to fool," said Charlotte. "That's a mercy," replied Wilbur, and he lay down in the shade of his fence and went fast asleep. The spider, however, stayed awake, gazing affectionately at him, making plans for his future. Summer was half gone. She knew she didn't have much time. So, now that I've read the chapter, we're going to talk about a couple of vocabulary words. Do you know what it means, what determined means? You ever heard that before? She said she was determined to keep her promise.
Someone at school says it a lot.
Yeah, so maybe determined means that she is dedicated. She's going to do whatever she can to make her promise, to keep her promise.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, and another one is patient. Do you know what it means to be patient?
yeah. They wait.
Wait, good, exactly. So she's said she's naturally patient, so she's just waiting for the right time, and she's going to come up with this plan. Another word, I don't remember if you heard me say that one, is gullible. Do you know what it means what gullible means? She kind of said it. What does gullible mean?
Easy to fool.
Easy to fool, right? So she's going to play a trick on the farmer because he's really gullible. And then the last one was gazing. Do you know what it means? Gazing means? She said gazing affectionately at him, making plans for his future. Maybe looking,
Yeah.
staring. Yeah, so gazing is another way to say staring. And affectionately. Do you know what it means to show affection? What about it's kind of like showing love. She feels affection for someone. You feel affectionate to your mom and your dad because you love them, right? Yep. So if you don't mind, I am going to have you read this for me. And then just like I kind of read it. Would you mind doing that for me?
Yeah.
And if you can look up here or you can look at the book, whatever's easier for you.
Right now.
Ready? Yep.
Day after day, the spider waited, head down for an idea to come to her. Hour by hour, she sat motionless, deep in through having promises. Wilbur said that she would save his life. She was determined to keep her promise. Charlotte was naturally patient. She knew from experience that if she waited long enough, a fly could come to her web, and she felt sure that if she thought long enough about Wilbur's promise, an idea would come to her mind. Finally, one morning, toward the middle of July, the idea came. Why, how perfectly simple, she said to herself. The way to save Wilbur's life, to play a trick on Zuckerman. If I can fool a bug, thought Charlotte, I can surely fool a man. People are not as smart as bugs. Wilbur walked into his yard just at the moment. What are you thinking about, Charlotte? He asked. I was just thinking, said the spider, that people are very
Gullible.
Gullible? What does gullible mean? Easy to fool, said Charlotte. That's a mercy, replied Wilbur, and he lay down in the shade of his fence and went fast asleep. The spider, however, stayed up awake, gazing affectionately at him, making plans for his future summer was half gone. She knew she didn't have much time.
Very good. Very good. So, just a couple of things. It's probably hard to read this because I don't have very good handwriting.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be a little easier. You did a really good job pausing at the commas, because you learned that commas, you have to kind of take a breath, right? And same thing on your periods at the end of the sentence, you kind of pause and then move on to the next sentence. So that was really good. And you did a good job sounding out some of the words that kind of seemed bigger and were kind of hard to read. And you corrected gullible after I told you what it was. Very good. So basically, do you remember what I said determined means?
Yeah, like,
What does it say? She was determined to keep her promise.
she was really, secretive.
Yeah, kind of. She was, maybe not secretive, but she was dedicated. We'll say dedicated. That's another good word for it. Patient. I think you remember that one.
Yeah.
What's it mean to be patient?
Waiting.
Waiting. Very good. Perfect. And then gullible? What was that?
Being fooled.
Fooled. Exactly. Perfect. And gazing? Like I'm gazing into your eyes.
Wait.
Or I'm gazing at the stars.
Looking.
Looking, staring. Very good. And then affectionately or affection.
Loving.
Perfect. Good job. All right. Well, that's the end of our shared reading lesson, so thank you very much, Bailey.